What's up everyone? Long time since I last robo-voiced you. I've been busy updating my website, so do go check it out. Any kind volunteers who would like to write, please do get in touch. My logo has also been updated, and my fanware has been revamped. Do have a peek, if you would like to rock some of that BJJSCOUT bling. This limited edition tee is only available for a month, so for all you internet warriors out there, this is the one for you. BJJ Fanatics has also just released an instructional, by two-time ADCC champion, Yuri Simoes, focusing primarily on no-gi takedowns and passing. If you do intend to get this, do remember to use my discount code. Since we're on the topic of Yuri and no-gi, we might as well check out some of his ideas on no-gi passing. First off, Yuri uses tripods quite a bit when he passes. I have already covered this topic quite a bit in various studies, so do check out my older Damien Maya and Habib studies. Several different variants that he uses all involve different hand placements. Sometimes, he pins the bottom leg, as he walks around the guard. This small pin buys him enough time to walk around, where he can then look to consolidate side control. Other times, Yuri pins the top leg as he walks. The idea here is to quickly get around, and look to consolidate once you clear the legs. In particular, pinning the leg, allows you to transition to get a weave. Here, as the guarder's top leg kicks out to try follow Yuri, Yuri straddles it and gets a weave. From here, he can switch direction and get to a leg drag position, and go for the back. In this example, Yuri is pinning the guarder's hip, rather than a leg, as he tries to walk around. This time, as the guarder reacts, Yuri punches a weave with his hand and changes direction. Now as the opponent tries to recover a bicep ride, Yuri kicks over into a double overpass. Notice all this while, Yuri is using a tripod structure to flatten the hips, and remains mobile. Here Yuri's hand is again punched between the legs, as he tries to smash them down. As the guarder flares his leg out to fight this pressure, his hips open up, giving Yuri's head an opening to pin the guarder's hips down. Now Yuri can tripod and kick over, to get around the guard for the pass. In gi, you have lots of grips and can slowly grind someone out. In no-gi, weaves disrupt shrimping momentarily and give you time to get to a smash position. Once there, you can release the weave and switch to a higher grip, where you can then further improve your position. Yuri's DVD has some interesting details on the use of weaves in no-gi, so if you are interested, do explore them there. You will also find details on hand placements, and moving around the guard while pinning the hips. Another thing, which I have featured quite a bit in recent studies, is using body locks to pass the guard. Do check out these studies to get an idea on why this is particularly useful in no-gi, where grips are less available. As long as you don't fear crack exposure, grinding someone out in the gi is relatively easier. With many places to grip as they try frame on you. As long as you can flatten their hips, you can eventually climb up the body to pass. A good pressure passer knows how to weather the storm, and incrementally improve his position, as the guarder resets or rests. In no-gi however, grinding is not so straightforward. One quick frame and all your progress could be put back to square one. As the margin for error is so small, Yuri goes for the body lock any chance he gets. Locking hands around the body is one of the best grips you can get in no-gi. If you can get this, several options are open to you. Rather than turning someone down with a crossface, you can use a body lock to flatten the hips to work a pass. Here, using the body lock, Yuri drives down with his shoulder to flatten the hips and pass. You can also use the body lock to break half guard. Here, with the body lock, Yuri posts his head on the guarder's hips. He then kicks out to free his leg. Now he starts using a tripod and steps over the legs. Note how the body lock and shoulder keep the hips flattened as he moves around the body. You can also lock lower down, below the hips, as you tripod up, before you kick out. Again, the tripod keeps the hips flat, as Yuri walks around. As the guarder turns to escape the body lock, another good position to look for is the smash position. With a body lock, framing out to escape is a lot harder. Legs straddled and the hips pinned, Yuri hops over to the other side. If the garter makes it to a turtle, having a body lock allows you to quickly pull yourself up the body to get hooks. Staying connected to your opponent is always an issue in NoGi. Body locking goes a long way to solving this problem. That being said, crude body locking will only get you so far. Framing is still a powerful defense. Here, Pena frames long and hard enough to bring his legs back into the fight. Getting your arms pushed below the waist makes it hard for you to lock down the garter's hips. You need to have alternative grips that you can transition to if you lose the body lock. For example, Yuri scoops up the knee and shelves the garter's legs on top of his thigh. This flattens the hips and buys him enough time to switch grips. Though this grip on the knee gets double-teamed and broken, it doesn't matter. What matters is that Yuri used this transition position to secure a grip up on the shoulder. With this grip, he can continue to progress up the body and get the pass. Yuri's DVD has several other alternative grips off the body lock that are useful in locking down the hip. This particular area of NoGi intersects with folk-style wrestling, and the DVD has some interesting thoughts on how to blend the two disciplines. Do check it out if you would like more details. Finally, in NoGi, the garter will typically have more freedom to move his hips and spin around. Inversion is a very good defensive tactic, and using brute force to smash into an inverter is often futile. Rather than breaking contact and resetting to try again, Yuri bases down and looks to pummel his arms in. Pummeling in helps to break framing by the inverter's legs. Now, Yuri can drive in with his head to start flattening the garter's hips. This puts the inverter in a mechanically weak position to sweep or pull your leg in for a lock. Now, when the garter bails on the position, Yuri is waiting to drive in with his head to get a pass. Again, Yuri's base stays heavy while he pummels his arms in. Once in, he can drive the garter's hips down with his head and shoulders. As the inverter bails, Yuri is ready to pin the hips and pass. Please do check out Yuri's DVD if you want some other ideas on how to deal with inversions in NoGi. For example, here the arms don't pummel in, but reach around to control the thigh for the pass. Okay, that's it for today. Sorry for the lack of updates recently. I hope to get back on track again now that my website pains are over. By the way, I got to see the rough cut of Yuri's DVD. And I had all this leftover footage which was such a pity to waste. So, I decided to make my first rap single. Get ready folks. Take it away Yuri.
Alright guys, alright guys, alright guys, alright guys, não tipo fazer essa, alright guys, okay guys, alright guys, okay guys, alright guys, faça outra, boom boom boom, okay guys, alright guys, hello guys, hello guys, hello guys, boom boom boom, alright guys, okay guys, alright guys, hello guys, oh guys,